last night.
Yay!
Hmm.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed the ending. Yes.
I did. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that game. It's
Yeah.
just the problem is because like I stream a lot, and then anytime when I tried to like over Christmas vacation, I was hoping to play it, but
Hmm.
every freaking time I ever sat down to play a game when I was at
Hmm.
my parents and visiting,
Yeah.
it's like I could play for about 15 minutes and then I
Oh
just
yeah.
know I'm gonna get bugged, and that is
Yeah.
not the game you start and play for 15 minutes and
No.
then
No. No.
you
No. 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 No.
no. So it was like I can't play this game. I want to,
Right.
but
Right.
no, I've been going through it. I've really enjoyed it. I highly recommend if you're into the Yakuza games, and
Yes.
I don't really have the experience with those. Try Judgment, and
Yes.
do as expat told me. Turn put on subtitles. Do not have the English voice. Do the Japanese voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think this is just my opinion, but if you're playing a game that the native language is another language other than English, play it in that language with English subtitles. And it'll sound much better. I think that's just my
Uh,
opinion. Yeah.
there's a case by case. There are
Yeah.
some that I will agree with you, and there's some
Well,
but
particularly for Judgment. I mean,
yeah, for
and
Judgment, I totally
yes,
agree. I heard the
yeah,
English. Not to say the English is bad,
yeah.
but you hear the English, and then you hear the Japanese. You're like, okay, I can't go back.
Right. I mean, and I'm a little biased towards that too because I mean, I live here in Japan and I'm fluent in Japanese, so I mean, it's easier for me to play the game in Japanese. And I really don't need to look at the subtitles, but I mean, the main actor, Kimura Takuya, he's amazing. He's a great actor. And his voice was perfect for that character. So yeah, that's why I recommended it to you. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And of course, Kaito, yeah, he's amazing too. So yeah.
Oh, Kaito's amazing. And give me
Yeah.
like a week or two. I'm gonna take for my personal time. I'm gonna go through some other smaller games, and then we'll start
Hmm.
up Lost Judgment. Oh, we got our other co-host here chiming in the chat. Turn-based
Yeah.
Carl, how's it going,
Hmm.
man?
Hey,
The English
Carl. How
voice
you doing?
acting in Yakuza Like a Dragon is fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
I'm
nice,
thinking of
nice,
actually streaming that game, and I'm not
nice.
going to buy it because the nice thing is it's on Game Pass still, and I have a
Mhm.
little Series S that can just run that for
Hmm. Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. So in our Monday edition of the morning show, we're going to be talking a little bit about Elden Ring because Elden Ring is right around the corner. It's coming up. I mean, tomorrow is February, Burley. Yeah.
Tomorrow
The
starts
big
2022.
Yeah, exactly. And the big month of new game releases. Of course, we have Dying Light 2 coming on the 4th. We got Elden Ring. We got Horizon Forbidden West coming this month. So it's a big month. And so I'm excited about that. Really excited. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Bayonetta 3 lead game designer. He's moving on. We're going to talk about that.
Nani?
Nani? Nandeska? Okay. We're going to be talking about a report on a certain affinity. So we'll talk about that. And then, of course, the main topic we're going to save till the end of the show. The Halo TV series has been revealed. The trailer has also been revealed. The release date was also given for it. We're going to show you that trailer from Paramount Plus. We'll show you that. And then we'll kind of go like a bit of frame by frame through it and give our comments on it after we show the main trailer. So we will do that at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So yeah, Burley, it's time to get the coffee brewing. So our Monday brew of coffee. Yeah.
I've hit coffee button.
All right. And
Start
we will be
short.
right back right after this. So yeah, Burley, I don't know if you noticed our background image for our morning background image for this week is my home city of San Francisco, and I have
I was
to
gonna say.
yeah, I have to say though to all of my friends back home, I'm really feeling for you today because the 49ers lost to the Los Angeles Rams in the NFC Championship game. So but it was a great year for the 49ers. we weren't really expected to get that far to the conference championship. We started the season at like 3-5, but we made it that far. And, my hat's off to the 49ers. That's my hometown team. I love them to death, and they'll be back again next year. So anyway, and to all my friends out in San Francisco, friends and 49er supporters and fans, the 49er faithful, I should say. So we'll be back next year. So, but congratulations to the Rams and to the Cincinnati Bengals, who are going to the Super Bowl. And for the Rams, it's kind of lucky for them because it's a home game, because the Super Bowl is in LA. So, yeah. But anyway, so George R.R. Martin may be shocked by how his Elden Ring lore has been twisted. So this is kind of an interesting story, Burley, because when George R.R. Martin originally made the concept for this game, and like the character design concept, they looked more human-like. But then once From Software and Miyazaki-san took over and started developing this game, they made them more monster-like. It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. This is from PCGamer.com and Jonathan Bolding. So From Software's Miyazaki Hidetaka says he has made Martin's characters into, quote, inhuman monsters, end quote. So Elden Ring game director Miyazaki Hidetaka has elaborated on just how much the team at From Software has changed and twisted George R.R. Martin's world building, which formed the overarching mythos for Elden Ring. That myth formed the basis of the world, but Martin's characters existed before the, quote, shattering, end quote, of the eponymous Elden Ring. Quote, so it was more up to us to interpret this and say, how did they become such inhuman monsters? And how did the mad taint of the shattered shards of the Elden Ring and its power affect them? End quote. So that was our job, to take these grand heroes and sort of misshape them and distort them into something they were not. Game director Miyazaki Hidetaka told Game Informer, quote, and I think if we get a chance to show Martin, and if he gets a chance to see the game and see these characters, I think he might be a bit shocked. When he wrote them, he was really envisioning something a little bit more human, a little bit more traditional, human drama and fantasy characters. So I hope he gets a kick out of that, end quote. So for his part, George R.R. Martin recently said he thinks Elden Ring, quote, looks incredible, end quote. So Burley, what do you think of this? Do you think the way Miyazaki shaped this game, do you think it's going to be better off than how George R.R. Martin originally envisioned it?
Ooh, that is a good question. While I quickly think of this, my kind of quick thoughts is he should know that they're going to change stuff. Like, this is like, if you look at FromSoft's works,
right,
and how the lore they've done with the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne,
mm-hmm.
you kind of have to just understand that.
Right. Yeah.
But
I just think
I think it'll probably be better that they did it this way, that they changed it, because then it'll kind of fit in with their style, what they with what everyone's expecting. Because if you had a bunch of more like human, regular looking people in there, all the hardcore soul players will bitch.
Right.
A lot of them will bitch
because
it's not the dark, grim fantasy thing that they're used to.
Right. And it's not as shocking and it's not as intense. I mean, just imagine what the boss battles would probably be like as well. I mean, to have these like really like fearful, like enormous creatures to battle in combat. I mean, in boss battles. I mean, that's something these Souls players want. Whereas if they were just battling human-looking characters the whole time, it would probably set them off. So, anyway, Elden Ring, it's coming out soon. So I hope all of you that are going to play it day one really enjoy it. Like I said before, Horizon Forbidden West is my pick to play first, but I will get around to playing Elden Ring at some point. And Burley, I know you will be as well too, right?
I have both
Yeah.
games free. I have both games pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Thankfully, RE Village and the physical copy of Persona 5 Strikers that I had bought a week before they announced it was coming to PS Plus, paid for this. So this I'm looking forward to, because Demon Souls is hard.
Yeah.
Like some people were not happy with the way I did it because I did it co-op, but I still did plenty of sessions solo.
Yeah.
But like I did a lot of that game co-op. But like I am looking forward to this game, and I'm kind of interested to see what they'll do to maybe make it easier for people to get into the Souls games that haven't necessarily gotten in before or have had a tough time trying to get in.
Right. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. So Elden Ring coming out in February. So we're looking forward to that. All right, next up, Burley, we're going to be talking about the Bayonetta 3 lead game designer and where he is heading off to. But first, do you have the remote control ready? It's about time to get that drone going. First flight of the week. So we will be back right after this. All right, so this is from NME and Jack Grimshaw. So Bayonetta 3 lead game designer joins Ghostwire Tokyo Studio. So a potential hint at Tango Gameworks' next project. Of course, Tango Gameworks is a part of Xbox now, right? So yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe we'll get something third person from their next project. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. So Platinum Games, Marius Hermannevicis. I think I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. I'm not sure. But anyway, has left development on Bayonetta 3 to join Tango Gameworks, which is currently finishing Ghostwire Tokyo. Tango Gameworks is releasing its next game, Ghostwire Tokyo, later this year, after being delayed last year. The title will release for the PS5, but a recent hiring could provide insight into their next project. Platinum Games is known for third-person action games, such as the upcoming Bayonetta 3, and the lead game designer for the game has now moved to Tango Gameworks, as revealed through LinkedIn. This suggests that it is possible that Tango Gameworks is working on a third-person action game of its own. Earlier this year, Platinum Games saw a change in leadership as President Sato Kenichi stepped down. The Vice President Inaba Atsushi took over as CEO. Goes on to say, Sato explained that, quote, "We now need to accelerate our efforts to create new games that only Platinum Games can create," end quote. He added that the, quote, "best way to do this is to hand over the presidency to Inaba-san," end quote. Inaba Atsushi was previously vice president of Platinum Games and head producer of its development division. He continues to hold the studio head role in addition to being CEO. Before joining Platinum Games, he was CEO and producer of Clover Studio, best known for Beautiful Joe, Okami, and God Hand. So, yeah. Goes on and says, in a separate statement, Inaba-san explained that, quote, "creating innovative forms of play is the belief Platinum Games was founded on," end quote. He added that this is, quote, "something that will never change," end quote. Quote, "approaching fun with complete sincerity has always been important to me," end quote, he added. As well as that, he explained that, quote, "the real enjoyment from games comes from the freedom given to both the creator and the user," end quote. So anyway, Burley, the lead designer is going to Tango. So yeah, we might see something along the lines of third person maybe when it comes to their next game. What do you think of this?
This is interesting. This actually spells bad news for Bayonetta 3. We have not seen anything on this game in years.
Right.
And so the lead designer leaves.
Yeah.
I would put a red flag. That game ain't coming out for a long time.
Or it's supposed to come out this year, maybe, right?
people are fantasizing, but
Yeah,
from
because
what I
they did
remember,
show a trailer late last year for Bayonetta 3. But
that's
I
right.
mean, other than that, I mean, yeah, like you said, we haven't seen much about this game, but they did show a
Oh yeah, that's
trailer.
right. They did that one little trailer, but before
Yeah,
that, we
during that
had
direct. Yeah.
we got that small snippet of a trailer. I did forget about that. Okay, I'm wrong there, but like other than that, for years we haven't seen anything on this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the lead designer leaving so late into this game,
Mhm.
that does not bode well to me.
Mhm.
But this be interesting for Ghostwire and see how he works out into the Ghostwire Tokyo studio and see what they use from his knowledge and expertise over the years.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Tango comes up with. Maybe it will be a third person, like you know, third person adventure or something like that, or third person shooter, whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Time will tell. That's all.
time will
That's
tell.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, time will tell. All right. So next up, another report on a new game from a new studio. Well, not a new studio, but a third-party studio that is, has a close relationship in a sense with Microsoft. So we're going to get to that right after this message. So, well, right after this brief video clip. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is from Windows Central and Jez Gordon. So, and this also was given to us by our other co-host of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, Turn-Based Carl. From Windows Central, reports certain Affinity is working on an Xbox exclusive Monster Hunter-like codenamed Swarte. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Jez Gordon and Jeff Grubb had come out with this news late last week. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of what Jez says here. It says Microsoft is working on a veritable mountain of content with both internal and external partners. Microsoft acquired ZeniMax and is attempting to acquire Activision Blizzard, and its growing list of upcoming Xbox games is a big driving force for its subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, of course. In addition to internal games, Microsoft is working on a range of third parties on titles like Project Dragon from IO Interactive, As Dusk Falls from Interior Night, and Contraband from Avalanche. He says, I can confirm via his and Jeff's own separate sources that this game is indeed real and is currently codenamed Project Swarte. Swarte is reportedly, quote, a Monster Hunter, end quote, inspired game, implying big monster battles with multiplayer gameplay. The game is in development by Certain Affinity, which is known primarily as a support studio on titles like Halo and Call of Duty. According to the information that he's received over the last few months, Project Swarte has been in development since the summer of 2020 and is likely slated for a 2023 reveal and 2024 release, although it may come a bit sooner or later depending on the dynamism and variables that often come with game development. Certain Affinity has long been a close partner of Microsoft, working on various Halo titles, from Halo 2 through to the Master Chief Collection to Halo Infinite. And he says he's received some separate hints that Certain Affinity may also be working on a new game mode for Halo Infinite, which could be a take on the popular Battle Royale formula or something completely different entirely. So either way, it seems that Microsoft intends to extend their friendship with Certain Affinity by greenlighting this new IP, which Certain Affinity has been teasing and hiring for some time, according to LinkedIn profiles and job listings on their own website. Given the development timelines, it could be a while before we see this game formally revealed. But Jez nonetheless is really excited for this. So Burley, what do you think about this this new game that's going to be coming.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it, because they're saying exclusive Monster Hunt like codename Surety. It'd be interesting to see because this is a little bit different than what they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you look, they did the Halo 2 map pack way back when.
Yeah.
One of the map packs, the last particular map pack, I don't remember that one. They've done a lot of stuff for Halo because they are ex-Bungie people.
Yeah.
And they did stuff with the Doom 2016.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking, and like they've helped out with Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done a lot of like first-person shooters and stuff we know that they have down the pipeline is Last Expedition and Transformers Online.
Right.
So this is something different from what they're used to doing. So
yeah,
which has me interested to see. Mm-hmm. And those Monster Hunter games, they are fun. Like I have played the one World. I put a good probably about 20 something hours into that. I had fun with it. It's just like it's not a game I can play very long because it just gets the grinding gets a little too much, and especially if you're not playing with friends, the game can kind of get boring by itself. If you're playing with friends, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable.
Right, and if this is true, I mean, having the multiplayer elements included in it would probably benefit the game. Especially when you're hunting like these monsters. So.
Oh yeah, if you're making it, and especially since they've done so much multiplayer work, you got to go with what you're kind of good at. You know what I mean? You got to incorporate what you're good at. If you're good at multiplayer, put the work in there.
Right.
So, I'm interested to see. We can only say so much because there's only so little. There's so little info. Can't wait to see. And if it's a good Monster Hunter game, and it's takes a little from Capcom, I'm okay with that. And if anyone wondered why I may be saying that, the last couple of Capcom games I've bought, I've had nothing but issue. And Capcom support basically told me go buy a new PS5. PS5 disc drive doesn't work, yet my other discs work. So
yeah, we shall see. I mean, like Jez is saying, this game is a ways off, so we'll probably learn more about it probably next year, and then into 2024, which supposedly might be a release for this game. We shall see. But yeah, Jez and Jeff Grubb, they're good sources. So I wanted to throw this out there because it looks like this could be a really interesting game from what we know of it so far. So, all right, Burley. You excited about the Halo TV series?
Yeah, it could be really good. I have not watched the trailer. I have not really looked in. I knew it dropped late yesterday, but I was in the mood. I was playing Judgment at the time, and I was like, no, I have to finish Judgment. Expat will get mad if I tell him I stopped playing Judgment to watch Halo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to play the trailer, with the sound. So you're not going to hear Burley or myself talking while we watch the trailer. So this is the trailer from Paramount Plus that dropped for the Halo TV series that's coming out. And it's coming out in March, actually. So let me pop up the actual story here real quick. So let me get it going here. So yeah. So this is from IGN. So and Kat Bailey and Adam Banghurst. So it basically says that in the trailer, which you're going to be watching with us here, you can catch a glimpse of not only Pablo Schreiber's Master Chief, but also our best look yet at the show's version of Jen Taylor's Cortana. So we're going to be looking at that. Additionally, we see many of the Covenant enemies Chief and friends will be facing off against, including the Elites, Brutes, Jackals, and more. And it goes on to say that the premiere date is March 24th of this year for the series. So, I'm excited for that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start the trailer for you. So please enjoy. And once it's finished, we will come back and then we will show some of the frame by frame of the trailer, and Burley and I will comment on it. So go ahead and enjoy, and we will catch you in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. I think it's a 2-minute trailer, so please enjoy. So here we go.
You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant. He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something. I felt different.
What they did to us makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
You know, I have to say this, Burley, at the end there, when you hear the Master Chief's voice, which is not Steve Downes, unfortunately. I mean, I really wanted Steve Downes, but oh well. But it sounded a little bit like Pedro Pascal's voice.
Well, originally they offered him the role, but he was too busy with everything else, with his 9 other TV shows.
Yeah.
And I can feel it in the air coming tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this a little bit frame by frame here. So
I got a little news that actually just dropped that's breaking.
Yeah.
Because I just saw this because it came up on one of my tabs here.
Yeah.
PlayStation has announced they are going to do a state of play this week on February 2nd.
Okay.
Gran Turismo 7 is part of the state of play they've announced.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to cover that and show everybody here on the morning show what they announced. So when they do the state of play. So yeah, thank you, Burley, for that. So yeah,
I thought you'd like it. And Carl has said Steve Downes is so old now he can't do the voice forever. No.
Yeah,
they keep bringing James Earl Jones back for Darth Vader.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I do agree with Carl in the sense that in Halo Infinite, Steve Downes' voice did sound a little crackly and a little old.
Well, he's 71.
Yeah, I mean, but he's amazing, and how long he's been around, and he's an excellent voice actor. But but I still, I mean, I love Steve Downes, so I would have loved to have heard his voice as Master Chief again, but oh well. I mean, yeah. So let's go ahead and look at some of this. Now, it's interesting how they show this, what this city looks like here. I kind of think of this as the opposite of the Book of Boba Fett with Mos Espa. Mos Espa's in the ground. This is like sticking out of the ground. Yeah,
like 120 feet above the ground, or
exactly.
More, yeah. Carl, sounds like GT7 is the entire state of play. Okay, well.
Yeah.
You never know. They may give us some 10 seconds like they did with Among Us on something else.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they may do a little Horizon just as because Horizon's out in like 3 weeks. So
Yeah. So what do you think of this frame here, Burley? It looks like they're in some kind of compound or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, this doesn't feel like really Halo-y. This feels like, this makes me think like Call of Duty, some like just generic. We're in like the desert somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get it. This is a Halo TV series. You can only do you as much as you want it. They do not have infinite budget. They have a budget they have to keep to.
Yeah, and this person here looks like one of the maybe like a refugee or like somebody one of the villagers or something in this area that's been attacked or whatever. So it looks like maybe this is the Covenant coming in or something. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's
Who's
I
coming
think
in
it's
here?
the Covenant are attacking. They've blown the door, and the refugees people are just running away because they know they can't handle them.
Right.
So like we have no idea. Are we on Earth? Are we on a different planet?
Yeah, I think we're probably maybe on a different planet. Who knows?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, and then of course, Master Chief. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, that's the thing from Halo.
Got the good old
3,
Gatling gun there. Yeah,
taking the Gatling guns off.
Yeah. So the armor looks pretty realistic and
looks close enough to the games. You kind of expect, but that was probably one of the easier parts to get.
Okay, so obviously you're not going to see his face, obviously, but it shows, of course, what Halsey has done to to upgrade upgrade these humans into Spartans. Yeah. So maybe we'll get some like backstory as to how they entered the program and everything. So this looks pretty interesting here. So go on, and so in this we'll probably get flashbacks as well. So so it looks like he's hooking up, and there's it looks like Halsey. Yeah. So we keep going through this a little bit. So more of the other Spartans. So Spartan 125. Was that 114? I think it is. Yeah. So some more of the Spartans. Yeah. So we keep going through this. So we see the blade there.
Yeah.
So
the good old energy sword.
The energy sword. Yeah. So yeah.
And an elite.
Yep. An elite. Yeah. So kind of looks like the Arbiter in a way. Yeah.
You never know. This could be. You could get the Arbiter in this, but I think if they're going to do the Arbiter, it'll be a tease at the end of the season to get you to go to season 2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And there you go. There's the Warthog. Yeah, so he keeps going. Yeah, boom, more explosions, and of course, the fighting with the Covenant here. So pretty interesting. Yeah, how much bigger and huge, larger they are. But he's putting up a good fight against them there. So, and his armor looks pretty banged up there. So he's got.
I think it's more just dirt. It's just dirty.
Maybe,
Because I think with all the sand and dirt that they're battling in, it's just going to be kicked up with them moving. So I think it's like it's not like we're seeing like a chunk of dent in the armor.
Right.
So I think it's just more dirt.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanna move on a little fast forward here. So he's in one of these complexes here, and he's getting it all started up. But I want to get to the Cortana scene because a lot of people are talking about this, and I don't see what the problem is with Cortana not looking as blue as she does in the game. So I'm gonna move on to
that I don't care. Like if you're gonna be like she's not the same shade of blue.
Yeah.
It's like you do remember this is a TV series. They do not have infinite budget. They have to make sacrifices. If you're only, let's say this whole show was shot on 100 million or whatever the damn number was.
Yeah.
You have to make certain sacrifices. The chief armor looks close. Is it a 1-to-1? No.
Yeah.
But who cares enough? Like if that is going to kill you, that Cortana doesn't look as blue.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah, and the voice of Cortana sounds very similar to Jen Taylor, the actual voice actress that plays Cortana. Maybe it is. I'm not sure, but it sounded
Actually,
very similar.
I will look this
check on
up.
that for me because
Yeah, I'm
it
just pulling
sounded
up-
very
I'm
similar.
pulling up IMDb because we do see a notable face of Bokeem Woodbine. You may remember him as Shocker in the
Okay, Carl confirmed it is her. Okay.
Oh, it is her. Okay,
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say the voice was very similar. So yes. So yeah. So that's Cortana. Yeah. So this March. Yeah. So yeah. Get more battles here. Yeah. More Spartans. 1, 3, 4. It looks like. Yeah. 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 So yeah. Another shot of Halsey there. So yeah. And let me guess that maybe that's the Infinity. Not sure. But, could be.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. And who is this character? You think, Burley?
I have no idea, but because like when you see a later scene, just a few bit, you're seeing
Here,
like
let me try to get
tentacles
to
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah, right here.
And, so I think they may be some like manifestation of the flood.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Right there. This kind of feels floodish to me.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, might be. So yeah. Our deadliest weapon. Yeah. So yeah.
You know, it's what I found because I quickly just with the IMDb. It looks like there's only 9 episodes of this, so it's such a weird kind of number because you'd usually do your 10. So.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Halo. Yeah. Streaming March 24th. All right. Okay. Right. All right. So that's the Halo TV series that's coming out. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting, and yeah, I'm excited to get that. Of course, it's on Paramount Plus, so you have to have a Paramount Plus subscription. So yeah,
or just wait for other avenues for the show to come.
Yeah, I guess
because here in Canada, you can't like this is the one thing like Paramount Plus we can't get. We have to use VPNs and do all this. It's like it is the dumbest thing. Yeah. So there's the hope that we may be able to get it to Crave if for any Canadians, you gotta hope it goes to Crave and then buy it. Or sometimes Amazon has been lucky where you get some of the stuff comes to Amazon Prime, and since I already pay for Prime, I just pay a small set up fee for the month or whatever. Yeah. So whatever it'll be, but hopefully I've got an easy way to watch this.
Carl says in the chat, he asks, can you get it in Japan? Probably not right away. It'll probably come later, like Disney Plus came a little bit later, but we'll eventually get it. Probably a few months later after release, but yeah, it'll eventually get out here and to the other international areas. So, but Asia Pacific region will probably be getting it. At some point, probably I'd say by the summer maybe, but because you got all the other Star Trek content on Paramount Plus too, so they're going to want to have that out here as well, because with the Star Trek series, they're taking some of them off of Netflix now as well, and the other streaming services, because Paramount Plus wants everything. So yeah, so anyway, we'll see, but yeah. So, so we talked a little bit about Elden Ring. We talked about the Bayonetta 3 lead game designer leaving for Tango Gameworks. We talked about a certain affinity and a new game, Project Swarte, that they're working on. And then the Halo TV series. We showed the trailer, and we went through a frame by frame of some of the trailer and talked about that. So, yeah, Burley. Yeah, so it's about time to finish up the morning show. But anyway, just want to let all of you know that our episode 71 of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast is up on free podcast services now and on our YouTube channel. at the Arena Productions YouTube channel. So you can check out the podcast in audio or video format. So
as well as our episode of Book of Boba Fett.
That's
is up
right.
there as well, too.
That's right. Book of Boba Fett. Yeah. Our Star Wars Republic series. Yeah, that's out. And of course, chapter 6 is this week. We're excited for that. And we will be making another, reactions video to that as well. So a lot of content we have up on our Patreon. And of course, after early access, it goes to our YouTube channel, The Arena Productions. So anyway, and our morning show here is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Meta, anywhere you find, your video content. So please check us out, and thank you all of those who are watching our video on demand. So I want to thank you all. And Carl, I want to thank you for being in the chat again today. And, thank you all that have come in and watched us today. So so Burley, I think it's about time to finish up. Okay, so we shall see you all tomorrow in the Tuesday edition of the morning show. So take care, everyone, and have a great day, and have a great rest of your morning. So take care. Peace.
Take care, everyone.
Out. Burley, kill the feed.
Oh, I shall. Shopping time.